Yo, what is up, guys? Today I will be showing you exactly how to play a DPS in ranked. Okay, whether be it Spider-Man, Psylocke, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm a Spider-Man main, and I will be showing you two games. The first game is me playing a Spider-Man, and the second game is me playing Psylocke. And I will tell you exactly how to do your part as a DPS, so you never have to throw. So we're gonna go ahead and select Spider-Man, and when we get into the ban phase, you obviously want to ban Namor, right? But people make a big mistake. You do not want to ban Namor first off. This guy in our team, as you can see, tried to ban Namor from the first ban, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you ban Namor second, because if you ban Namor first, they're going to know, the enemy team's going to know that you're playing Spider-Man. Never make that mistake again, all right? Always got to make sure you ban Namor second. That's the first thing. And then you can see we ban Namor second, they ban Storm next. Okay, so it doesn't really matter to me. I can play Spider-Man and Namor is banned. Make sure you do this because, you know, I used to make this mistake in the beginning too. But like if you ban Namor first, the enemy team is just going to know you're playing Spider-Man and go ahead and ban Spider-Man, all right? So let's get into the game now. Well, so now we're going to go ahead and roll out real quick. This is my favorite rollout on this map when we're defending. I like to swing over these buildings and then uppercut and then land right here because I always like to go for a zip off. I like to pull people off the map. And it always sometimes works, but you know, it's fine if it doesn't work. In this game, it didn't actually end up working, which is okay. It doesn't really matter. You can see right here, as soon as the map starts, I try to pull the Groot off, but I accidentally get the Moon Knight instead, which is fine. As long as I don't die, it's alright. As Spider-Man, I can zip off, I can get away really easily, so it's fine. So for now, I'm just gonna lurk around, see what's up. They don't really know that I'm here, present, so I go for this Moon Knight, and I fail again. I try to do the one-shot combo, but it doesn't pull off because he's being healed, which is fine. I try to go ahead and flank around and just try to be as annoying as I can. As Spider-Man, the goal is to really just, you know, try to be as in your face in your opposition as you can, because, like, yeah, your kit's really good for survivability, but you can't really do that much damage output outside of your combos, right? So you just want to make sure you're being as annoying as you can, and that's my goal. Here, I'm waiting for another pull-off, as you can see, because they don't actually know I'm here. I try to zip the Groot off, but then I miss, which is, again, it's fine. As long as I don't die, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to distract them. Me doing this is more than enough to just to keep space and stop them from getting to the cart. So you'll see right here, I'm trying to go for their backline, but then I see their Spider-Man trying to dive our backline, so I immediately go back to try to help our backline. And I end up messing up here because I didn't realize my cooldowns were on cooldown. It doesn't really matter. What I did there was just go ahead and protect my backline. You got to be mindful of the fact that just because you're trying to dive their backline doesn't mean that other people aren't trying to dive your backline. So you got to make sure you're there to protect your healers. Here I go ahead and end up killing their Luna Snow, which is good. And then I just immediately go back, try to get some space, try to see where I'm at. The Spider-Man's trying to fight. I kill the Spider-Man too. And now we've kind of cleared to make some space. But yeah, the whole point is you're trying to make sure that you're protecting your backline because you can move back and forth really quickly. Here, I try to zip this Groot off again, but as you can see, there's too many people there. But me just doing that was enough to keep them at bay because they thought I was going to do something. Here, I pull in and I just ult, kill like 4 people, which is pretty good because, or 3 people. It's good because they were all kind of grouped up and I saw that, you know, I could ult there. And here, I try to zip up the Groot again, but he just walled it up, so I kind of just gave up there. I don't know why I was hitting the wall here. Here I am still hitting the wall for some reason, but the Hawkeye tries to hit me, and I actually end up pulling it off and killing him, which is pretty good. That was an easy kill, but I got pretty lucky there, to be honest. But yeah, here I'm just trying to see what's up. I'm trying to play around their backline. I'm trying to be as high as I can. Here I pull in the Hela, I kill the Hela too, and the Luna ults now. So there's no real point in me trying to go in and do anything, in my opinion. So I just try to lay back, lay a little low, and gauge where everyone's at. So here, I'm around them now. Their Punisher just hit their ult now. And I'm still trying to break the Groot wall for some reason. Here I see that their backline's pretty free. Their Luna's free. So I go ahead and kill the Luna. I don't know why she didn't freeze me there, but it doesn't really matter. Here I try to go in, try to uppercut, and then I get Groot ulted, and I died. Which is fine. It's okay. We got an ace anyway. Now guys, just remember, just because you're playing DPS does not mean you gotta get the most amount of kills or most amount of damage. Especially as Spider-Man, you want to get as many final hits in the least amount of damage as possible. Here I come in pretty fast, I try to dive their backline, and I almost kill the Hela. But notice that I didn't actually go for the finish because there was a bunch of their teammates around them, and I had to protect myself. You gotta stay alive. Even here, the Punisher almost got me, but I zipped away as fast as I could. You wanna make sure you're prioritizing your own life over killing other people. That's the biggest thing. If you're dying, that's time that you're not in the game, right? So now here, I'm just around their back. I'm trying to see what's up, but they see me, so I can't really flank them. So I just go around the front and see what's up. Here, my ult just recharged, but I noticed that the Invisible Woman never ulted the entire round so far, so I know that she has her ult. So here I'm just saving my ult to wait until she ults, and then our Cloak and Dagger ults, so that forces the Invisible Woman ult. So now I just gotta wait till the ult wears out, and then I can pull my Spider-Man ult and basically finish the round, since we're already in overtime. So here, I go to the Groot, I ult. It was a pretty shitty ult, to be honest, but it's fine. We ended up killing them. Luna's running away. I go for it, and I kill... Do I kill her? No, I don't. But yeah, that's the round ended, and I think we did pretty well that round. The whole point is the fact that you're trying to make as much space as possible. You're trying to distract the enemy team as much as you can, because at the end of the day, you can go back and forth so fast, and you can just mess around with their heads. If you're constantly diving their backline, even doing small little damage here and there, they're going to be waiting for that. They're going to be thinking about it, and you're doing your job there, so that's pretty good. So the second round, I try to come out pretty aggressive, and there's two reasons for that. One, because, well, their team hasn't gotten a lot of distance with their payload, so I can just be a little aggressive and take as much space. And also, I had to get my Uber Eats delivery, and I was just trying to win the round quickly. Just because I'm being aggressive doesn't mean I'm being reckless, okay? And so I'm diving their backline, but I'm also making sure that I have enough cooldowns to get away if I need to. I'm just messing around with them as much as I can. I'm trying to uppercut them, do damage to them, disrupt them. Here, I'm diving their backline. I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can, and I actually end up killing the hella here. And then immediately I'm low on HP, but I have enough cooldowns to get away. And that's just it. You got to prioritize your own life. You got to make sure that you're living and that they're not living. That's basically as simple as it gets, especially as Spider-Man. And then here, I think we pretty much get all of them. And then from here on out, they don't come and contest, and we pretty much win the round. And that's pretty much it. And that win puts us one game away from Diamond 1, and then I can finally be in Grandmaster afterwards. I've been hard stuck Diamond for a while. But anyways, the next game is me playing Psylocke, and it goes pretty well. You can see, I wanted to play Spider-Man, but we have a Lord Namor. And if I'm playing Spider-Man, I want to ban Namor. But you don't want to screw your teammates over. Listen, guys, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and play another character that you don't main. And it's fine. It's okay. It's a team game. It's not a solo game, alright? So I'm pretty decent with Psylocke, so I decided to go for a Psylocke game this time and not ban our Namor, because if he's a Lord Namor, I trusted him to do well, and it's fine. Now, Psylocke is honestly pretty similar to Spider-Man, not just because they have both 5-star difficulties, but the fact that you have good survivability as Psylocke. And as Psylocke, to be honest, you do not want to die. You barely want to die, because it's really easy to not die as Psylocke. Here, I'm just in their backline. I'm trying to flank them as much as I can, but I kind of get caught by the Magneto, so I get away. That's the thing. As Psylocke, you can get away so easily, and here the Punisher is kind of just turreting, and I'm just getting free ult farm from here. I just go in, invis, and I go up behind him, because he's by himself, so I can just kill him pretty easily. There we go, finish him up, and then I am trying to regroup myself. Cloak and Dagger is pretty low too, end up killing her, and then Moon Knight's also pretty low, he's dead. I dash into Magneto to get to the other side, and then he's almost dead, but he's shielded up there. Punisher tries to push me, but then I get away, and then I go behind him, and then I do my combo. I push this Punisher because I feel like he's kind of ass, and then I ended up killing him. But yeah, that's the thing. As Psylocke, you can get in and out of fights so fast. You always want to make sure you have at least one dash ready, because you want to have one dash for going into a fight, one dash for leaving a fight, and then you want to save your invis for like some pretty shitty times. Here my ult's almost charged up, so I'm just waiting up here to see what they do. I'm trying to farm my ult. I can do an early ult, because none of their healers would have their ults by now. Moon Knight is camping here. I try to push in, but I miss most of my shots, and then I back off. The important thing here is to know when to back off. I could have chased that Moon Knight and tried to get the kill, but you see, I would have died immediately, and that would have costed my team some space. You want to make sure that you're prioritizing your living over other people dying. The Moon Knight goes ahead and ults there, but it doesn't really get anyone. I go in and do my ult. I was a pretty unsuccessful ult, to be honest. I get no one. I end up killing the Magneto, but it was a pretty shitty ult, which is fine. It happens sometimes, but yeah, you just want to make sure you're surviving and you're not throwing for your team, because if you're dead, your teammates need you and you're not there. I'm going around the back here because, again, you can sneak in and out of Psylocke pretty easily here. I go for the Rocket. Rocket is low, and I end up killing him. That's one less healer for them. I immediately go invisible and disappear, try to get some more space. Try to get some high ground, see what's up. Here, I'm just beaming down on their tanks and trying to farm some ult. They kill our team pretty much here, so I can't really do much by myself. So I just go invisible and try to get around them so I can get closer to my team. The Punisher is low, I see him, but I can't finish him off. As long as I'm getting some free ult charge, it's fine. You also want to make sure you're not feeding the team in terms of damage. Like, I could have easily just stayed there and keep shooting at them, but that also farms their healer ults, right? So you want to make sure you're not just blindly damaging people. You want to do calculated damage. You want to make sure you're damaging when you can confirm almost that you can get a kill. Sometimes you're not going to get the kill, which is fine, but you want to make sure that you're not just blindly damaging people, because that's going to farm their ults. So here I just back off a little bit, let them come up a little bit because my team is all the way back here. So I try to go flank around here. Do not go invisible like I did. That was just kind of stupid. I just wanted to get by fast, and I end up killing the Punisher. Punisher goes on pretty fast. Cloak and Dagger also goes on pretty fast, and then the cart's clear, so I try to get on the cart just to defend it. And then I see the Magneto's pretty pushed up, so I try to kill it, but I go invisible because he almost killed me. There's a health pack there. I get the health pack, and then Groot's pretty low. He's up by himself. I killed him, Groot. Mag is pretty low too, but my team's not here with me, so I just kind of allow it. I let it go. I want to make sure I'm alive. I want to make sure I have as much heals as I can. So far, you'll notice I haven't died yet, and that just goes to show how easy it is to stay alive as Psylocke. As I go ahead and ult here, I killed the Moon Knight. I killed the Punisher too. That's a pretty good ult, you know. As Psylocke, you can't really ult on multiple people at once because your ult hits are divided among everyone. So if you ult on 5 people, you're not going to kill any of them. You want to make sure it's at most 2 or 3. And then right here, their Cloak and Dagger is ulted, their Groot ults as well. I can't really do much here. I'm just trying to farm my ult as much as I can again. But currently, they're kind of pushing us back, or at least pushing me back because I can't really do anything right now. I'm just trying to output as much damage as I can. And our Thor ults there, gets one of them, and I'm still just shooting. Their Punisher ulted here, so I try to get away, but he actually ended up killing me. That's one thing you gotta know. You can still die in your Psylocke invis phase. You're not invincible, you're just invisible. So there I just get absolutely fucking melted, but it's fine. We'll be back soon. By the time I've come up, they have pushed up a little bit, so I'm just trying to take as many off angles as I can. Here I'm at a weird angle where they don't expect me to be. Our Namor ults gets the Moon Knight, so I finished the Moon Knight off. And basically, yeah, I'm just trying to do as much damage. The Punisher sees me, which is fine. I just keep throwing down some of my shurikens. There's a health pack right behind me too, so I'm in an angle where they really can't get to me. I make the Groot push up, and I get away immediately. And then I notice that they have no ult, so I try to do my ult. But then right as I do it, their Cloak and Dagger ults, which was kind of dumb. I should have waited. You want to try to wait for your healer ult maybe to bait out their healer ults before you do any ult, which is fine. You know, I got one of them. It's okay though. Your ult charges pretty fast as Psylocke, so here I'm just trying to get free damage in the back. And then our Strange does a sick ult. I kill 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. It was a pretty good ult. Good team kill, and then we end up getting all of them, and I think we defended from here on out. There's only 18 seconds of the round, but yeah, that was a pretty clutch ult. And as you can see, I'm 20-1. It's going pretty well, and trying to stay alive as much as I can. Pushing up on the Namor, you know, when there's this little time left in the round, you want to make sure you're just up in their face. You're not letting them get anywhere near the cart because you want to make sure the round ends immediately, right? So that's exactly what we're doing, and we do that, and the round ends, and so that's a pretty decent round for us again. We don't have that much ground to cover, so it'll be a pretty easy attacking round. And at the start of this round, Strange wanted to portal into them, so I was like, sure. But as I go out, I see the Star-Lord lurking here, and he tries to kill us, so I try to kill him too. He almost gets me. Took me by surprise, to be honest. I almost killed him, but then I couldn't quite finish him off. But I didn't. I tried to chase him, to be honest, but he was overhealed. By this time, I decided to just push it by myself instead of using the portal. The enemy team was quite distracted by the portal, so the Groot's kind of caught left unhealed, but he ends up getting healed eventually. I switched to a Namor 2 at this point, which will make this round a little harder for me. But, you know, as long as I can play smart, it'll be fine. Here I'm flanked up a little bit behind them. I'm around them, so I'm above them now. And here I try to lay down some fire, and the Namor absolutely clips me in the head, which is fine. It happens. Just make sure your positioning is a little bit better, and that's all that matters. As long as you're flanking them, you know, you're distracting them from the main team, you're doing your job. Honestly, not much has happened this round. They're doing a really good job of holding us off. We haven't been able to get on point. But, you know, you just got to make sure you keep trying. You can't just give up. And then here I get my ult. I push in. It's kind of a desperate ult. Their Luna pops their ult, so it's pretty much a useless ult in the end. But at least I forced out their Luna ult. So if my DPS needs to ult, my other DPS wants to ult, he can. But it was a pretty desperate kind of ult. And yeah, they're just doing a pretty good job of holding us back. We can't really get ahead. But, you know, as long as you play as a team, as long as you don't fucking start throwing, you'll be fine. Like, people panic way too quickly. We still have a minute and a half, you know, we have overtime after that a little bit. If we can stay on the point, we can still win this game. The Star-Lord goes ahead and ults here, so I just try to get around because I don't want to be caught in that. But I think our healer also ults as well. I try to kill the Psylocke in his ult, but I can't really. So I go around him. I try to, you know, I just try to dish out as much damage as I can, but most of us are pretty dead right now, and we're getting our asses whooped. And there's not much I can do. Star-Lord pushes me here, and I try to just maneuver myself around him, because if I die here, it's a pretty shitty thing to be. As long as I'm keeping the Star-Lord away from the main fight, you know, and distracting him, that's working for us. Here we have a minute left. The Groot's gone down, and so I try to go in. I try to stay up here, do as much damage, because I'm up behind them now. They're going to be distracted. Here I'm kind of just playing with my team. I don't know how I get hit by the Namor ult, but I do, and I die. It was kind of frustrating. I should have dashed that from there, but it's fine. It happens. You just got to not tilt, you know. You dying is part of the game. It happens, guys. We have 20 seconds now left, and our Strange wanted a portal. And honestly, this is where you got to trust your teammates, all right? A lot of people would, you know, just try to solo all, try to do some solo dumbass play. You know, you got to trust your teammates. And honestly, clutch to the Strange, because he went in, he ulted, and we ended up killing their healer, their mag, and our Cloak and Dagger went ahead and ulted there too. I try to push this Luna. She ends up freezing me, but she didn't kill me, which is fine. We end up killing the Luna anyway. And we actually end up getting the point from that. So moral of the story, trust your teammates, all right? Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes they really can be annoying. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a team game, and you got to trust your teammates. We end up getting the point from there, and now we just have to push the cart up to the enemy's point. And that's pretty much it. And now it's just a matter of taking space. It's a matter of creating pressure, because, again, we got that point pretty late, so we don't have that much time. You just want to be as aggressive as you can, but not reckless. Play with your team. Here I try to ult, but their Invisible Woman ults ult. But it works out for the best, because we end up killing the Invisible Woman, and it actually works out pretty well, pretty good. Let's go up. We try to take some space, and 3 of us are on the car. 3 of us are trying to push up, trying to keep them away, because we only really need to get a few more meters. And that's just, it's as simple as that. You know, you got to play with your team. You got to make sure that you're creating space, creating pressure, and being as much of an asshole to play against as you possibly can. I'm trying to support the Strange here, doing some damage, keeping the Magneto at bay. And then there we go. We win the round, and that's that. And then I think that was my rank up game too. But yeah, 26-3 is Psylocke. Pretty good. Dying as little as I possibly can. And yeah. And then that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you learned something. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you did, leave a like. If you don't care, then go get off the video. Thanks.